Warning, this video contains spoilers for Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. Hey everyone, Ravinous here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, where last time we took Veladina. Finally, so the bridge is ours. Now we can finally get to the other side of the fringes and make our way to the unexplored area of the peaks. So, let us get to it. Alright. There is still a chance some imperials are holed up inside the castellum. We need to search it top to bottom to be sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to rendezvous with the main host. Keep your weapons at the ready. There's a chance you might come face to face with soldiers on the run en route. On second thought, it might be prudent for you to do a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you've judged your work to be done, go report to General Adelan in Bittermill. Okay, so while you're opening the gate, I'm going to be doing this. Got it. So, let's look at the map. Alright. Right, then left, then Bittermill. It's so that way they can have it all set up. And then, when I'm there, oh, the gate's open now and we can cross through. That's how that's going to play out. But that's okay. But we're not in an innocence now, so Featherfoot, we're going to have some fun. Got ya. Don't come any closer. Except I have. Nope. No special moves for you. Wrecked. I might have went a little overboard on that guy. Meh. No mercy. Alright. There should be one more over here. Alright, where are you at? Oh, there you are. Oh, two of them. Maybe I shouldn't have used Riddle of Fire on that last guy. Oh well. Oh, I need to take you out. You're a caster. Oh, that's right. I can actually look at my MDD list to see which one, to see if I'm casting or not. Oops. I didn't mean to do both stuns on him. Oh well. Uh-oh, there's an uppercut. Alright, let's go find Raban. General, where are you? Oh, Bittermill, of course. But where specifically? Alright, okay. Just gonna have to go up the road like usual. Like a regular person. Well, there's a Maelstrom guy. How you doing? Good? Okay, well, oh, there's Raban. He magically appeared. Alright. Hello, General. Reporting for duty. We're reporting that we've captured the... yeah. Lieutenant, all's well at the bridge? Sure enough. Good, good. The fighting has died down here, too, as you can see. Pippin left but a moment ago with a contingent of troops to occupy Veladina. If and when the Imperials return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. I could not have hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It'll take more than one Castella to turn the tide. My men and I will deal with the remaining enemy forces. Scions, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. So the way I see it, it's going to work. Hold on. Delight not overmuch in victory, not when there are battles left to fight. Our work here is finished. Our resistance allies are waiting. So it seems like a lot of it might be resistance push, and alliance will fortify what we have taken, which is not a bad strategy. Hi. Oh, I forget. Do people get an achievement for that one? I thought we fought that one before. Oh well. We'll come back for that later. It's like if I want something out of that fate, I will come back on my own time. You know, a lot of those various, you know, there are a lot of hunts like that. I could go back to the dungeons and farm for, because apparently all the bosses drop minions in the leveling dungeons we've seen so far. So we'll get back to that in time. Or I will anyway. You probably got but just farming videos would be silly. If you're looking for Ardenwald, I think he's with Pippin, searching the Castellan for any remaining soldiers. Now that we've taken control of Veladina, there's nothing stopping us from marching east towards the peaks. From a stone bridge to a massive fortress, Garlean engineering never ceases to impress. Back so soon? I suppose the general and his men had matters well in hand. The vice marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. If the gods are good, there will be no one left to fight. Awesome. And it looks like I'm going to get another chest piece, which is better than what I am wearing. Alright. I know you're not one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us. Commander Kemp, Marshal Terrapin reports their sweep of the Castellan's interior has been completed. So it's finally over, eh? Pray extend him my deepest thanks. Alright. It's official then. Castellan Veladina is well and truly ours. Mayhap this calls for... Wait, where's Minago? She took her bird and flew off towards the peering stones, the village of the M tribe where she was born. I doubt that the imperials who fled Veladina had a mind to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. Though I pray you are right, 'twould be best if Nago were not alone if she should encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's all go to the peering stones and make sure that everything is alright. Can do. If that is your wish, then I have no objection. Just let the guard know when you wish to cross. Oh, it's going to be talk to them and get past. Right, until I can fly. Which I can't yet. So I imagine the peering stones are still on, in the fringes, maybe? I don't know. I'd have to look at the map. Let's look at the map. Yep. And there's an aetheryte over there. It's very nice. Greetings, Scion. Do you wish to pass? Yes. New location. Wow, we're actually here now. Interesting. I'm gonna walk the bridge just so we can get a feel for it, you know? Because I don't think I can get in here. Nope. Oh, it's you three. Did you say you were for the Peering Stones? In that case, mayhap Marshal Tarapinj and I should join you. We spied a suspicious pair earlier, a Hira and a Lalafell by the looks of them, but they fled when they realized they had been spotted. If they're Imperials, then we can't have them stirring up trouble. On your guard, Ardenvard. They're still about. Wait, Hira and maybe, I don't know. Since when did you become a bloodhound? A Makote ought to trust their ears, not their nose. This was simply called Veladina before the Garleans arrived. They saw fit to transform it into a base for their supply trains. What's more, atop this tower, they could survey the area for miles around. Their ambition knows no bounds, nor does their villainy. We will soon start sending scouts east to survey the land in preparation for our advance. We need not anticipate much resistance at this time, but should we encounter any Imperial forces, we shall deal with them quickly and severely. Very good. Alright, so we're headed to the new village. Alright. Now we gotta be careful because things around here should be around my level now. Alright. Yeah, level 67 gazelles. But we'll follow the road because that's all we really need to do right now while we're at it. Okay, no other no side quests yet. I imagine once we get to oh, here we are. Once we get into Peering Stones, yeah, Peering Stone, we'll probably have some side quests. This area is home to dangerous beasts. Not that we cannot handle mine, but do not be surprised if something ravenous and slavering comes charging at you out of nowhere. But of course, tiring though it may be to come and go from the cliff top, it is easily defended and affords an excellent view of the surrounding area. The path of the village is through a tunnel to the east of here. Follow me. That's west. Oh, so a little north and then to the east, right? North, then east. Man, those directions were awkward. Well, here they are. Take a look around real quick. Alright. Not just Seekers of the Sun, but Ananta? Mayhap there's a settlement nearby. We may not have seen any Imperial forces thus far, but we mustn't forget that this was occupied territory until very recently. They could still be nearby. Alright. Hi. Welcome to the Peering Stones, home of the M tribe. I must give you fair warning. While travelers are welcome here, any acts of hostility will be met with an arrow shaft between the eyes. No exceptions. Okay. Whoa. That goes pretty far down. Interesting. Huh. Neat. That's why I didn't see this place, is because it's up on top of the cliff. Very nice. Let's grab this Aetherite, as well as set a hold point. That way we don't have to run for the Castrum again. Set hold point. Yes. And the Chocobo Keep. I miss the Falcons, but flying Chocobos will have to do. Alright, got my porter. Got it. Alright. Talk to Lise real quick. Come on, come on. We're almost there.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
Awesome.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Ananta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
All right.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana. The Kaliana are another Ananta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago.
So I did well for reading.
But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
I didn't hiss enough.
Dola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fedola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Ananta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come, for in her despair the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a Primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Veera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the icon slayer.
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Yeah, so when I was reading Ananta dialogue, I did pretty well. I needed a bit more hiss, though. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Alright, Coat of Striking. Alright, but I have another job to do. Got another Primal to punch. First, let's equip that. Okay, well, now it has the slits. I should be able to still kick well enough. To be fair, it goes with the headpiece. So if I were to turn it on, kind of like that. But we're going to keep that turned off so we can see my my reactions in the cutscenes. All right. I still can't believe that a primal's been summoned so close to the village. The idea that our people could be taken to serve as thralls is, it just doesn't bear thinking about. This is all for Dola's fault. And now we have a primal to contend with as well. As if the Empire needed an excuse to start rounding up beastmen again. You have slain many icons before, yes? Then please, put an end to this madness. Alright, what we do. Ahem. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I've been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may have delighted in battle, but Rama would soon kept to the forest with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, like it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summon her into this world. If that is your will, and so be it. To the north you will find our village. Surasha will unfold all. We shall leave at once. Nago, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Alright, but we have a couple side quests to do, which we'll get to it. I'll send word to Conrad and the others. Take care, and do not hesitate to send for help if you need it. Alright. Eighth current. Oh, sorry. I was distracted by the grumbling on my stomach. Thanks to the Garleans, we have trouble maintaining our food stores. Custom dictates that any game brought back to the village must be distributed evenly amongst everyone, but there hasn't been much to go around lately. Without fear of harassment from the Garleans, we can finally begin hunting again, but there's still so much to do if we are to replenish our supplies. Any chance you'd be willing to help? If you could bring back, say, 3 Teleosauruses, it would be great help. You will find them in the north, but don't kill them. We need their meat to be as fresh as possible when it's put away. When you've worn them down enough, you can stuff them in these bags without much of a fight. Now, I know what you're thinking, but trust me, they'll fit. Stay safe out there. And to the south, we have an Aether Current. We also have a side quest right here. And how many ones do we have to find? 5. Alright. Well, I'll be. You're the adventurer from Castellium Villadina, aren't you? You put on quite a show down there. I'm sure you hear this all the time, but we could really use a man of your talents right about now. Daras have been cropping up to the south of here, and they've been giving us no small amount of trouble. We do what we can to keep them at bay, but every once in a while we'll come across a mountainous mess of gold dust rocks that send us running with our legs between our legs. Imagine handling a few Daras would be like swatting flies for you. If you go down and tear down a few Daras, one of those golden monstrosities is bound to show up. Toppling even one would go a long way to helping us take back our hunting grounds. Okay. We also have south. Okay, so it's not up here. If I jump down there, that antlion is going to eat me, so let's not go that way. It can't fly yet, so I have to go back down through the tunnel. Because even though this says there's a thing for me to fight right down there. Actually, let's jump down here. Ow. There we go. Now we can get our health back. Alright, health back. Come on. Oh, that's good enough. Alright, well, you're on healer. We'll be careful and make sure we put it in a bag when it's weakened. Making sure not to do too much damage. Alright, can it fit in the bag now? Got it. Perfect. Alright, and your turn. Now I know I don't have a Riddle of Fire for this, but that's okay. In the bag. Oh, that was close because that person could have killed it. But we took care of it. So I'm not throwing any dots, and I'm making sure Featherfoot doesn't try to kill it. His focus is on healing me. And got ya. Okay, but we're just about out of time for this episode. So what we're going to do is going to return up there, and we'll do the other side quest in the next episode, as well as track down some Aether Currents, so that way we can be well on our way to flying. So let's go ahead and turn this in real quick. Hi, how you doing? Your bag. Do those bags contain what I think they do? Here you go. Wow, you really did it. Not that I didn't think you could, mind you. It's just been so long since anyone here had the guts to contend with those beasts. You can be sure that we'll put them to good use. Their meat for rations is given, but their horns and bones will make good tools, and their hides can make belts and boots. Did you know the Telecarosis isn't even native to these lands? The Garlands use them to carry freight, but the Sods couldn't keep them under control. A few of them escaped in the wild, started breeding, and here we are. I guess you could say it's a blessing in disguise. If they hadn't brought the Telecasaurus here, we'd have one less source of meat and materials for fashioning our tools. And that gives me the Aetheryte. And we will continue this in the next episode. So, if you enjoyed this, give it a like. Any thoughts, comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, click on my beautiful face. If you'd like to support these videos, check out my Patreon. And thank you for watching. Till next time, later.